Hello friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How you doing tonight? Welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me. I am here working on collages and a new project, so I wanted to share with you. So if you want to collage with me, the first thing I'm basing my collage on just a white piece of copy paper because I'm going to basically use this to well, this is the project. We are the directors, or I guess you can call us directors, in a Facebook group that I'm in, Studio28E. We are creating a digital kit, and we're all contributing something. So the first thing I'm making is some collages for the digital kit. And we're all going to give our designs and whatever we're making for the kit to Sherry, and she's going to, put it all together in a digital kit for that Facebook group. So if you're not a member and you like mushrooms, the theme is mushrooms. So you can see my mushrooms here. And so I'm going to collage a second page, so I have at least 2 pages, collage pages to submit to and for the digital kit. So I was having fun doing this and wanted to share. So like I said, I don't know if this will ever go in a journal or not, but it's just, see on the back, white copy paper, and then I glued everything on here. I did some stenciling and I got some copyright-free images of mushrooms here because I didn't have any. I just have some in books and things, but they're not copyright-free, so you can't use those in a digital kit. So I wanted to, I just got some of these beautiful mushrooms. I fussy cut them out. And so this is what I'm going to make with you tonight. So well, I'll show you as we go along what I have to collage. Just some digital papers, book pages, not digital papers, book pages. I have some copies of a receipt that I have in my stash that I copied because I didn't want to give up the original. So I have some of these. I have some copies of my Western Union telegram from my grandparents that I made copies of. I have some little bits and pieces here of little things that I've just collected and coffee dyed and things, so I have all of those. Let's see, what else do I have? I think that's everything. It really doesn't take a whole lot. I have my stencils here. I have fussy cut out some mushrooms. Let me show you real quick. These were really fun. I think they were really fun if you don't mind fussy cutting. I really enjoyed, especially if it's images that you love. It's kind of fun to cut them out and challenge yourself in that way to get them all cut out without, destroying them. So like this one has a really thin stem. That one was fun. Look at this one here. This has multiple thin stems and different pieces here. So that one was fun to get in and around those stems. And this one here was fun. I love the red ones. Those are my favorite. But this one here, let's see, where's my collage? See, I have this little bit here, and they have the red mushrooms, or maybe they're called toadstools. And this one here I thought was really cool. It's neutral color, but doesn't it look neat here on this, even though it's not red and vibrant, it still looks really beautiful. So let's just get started because I don't have, don't want this video to get too long. I have a bunch more mushrooms here. Let me just show you real quick because they were so fun. I'm going to make some tags and journaling cards too for the digital kit. So some of these smaller ones will be used on those. But here's all the mushrooms I have cut out so far. I have a bunch more available that I have print out to cut out if I need them. So let me just kind of dump these off. I'm using craft bond glue to glue my bits onto this paper. That's what I used on the other one, and I did that, let's see, mostly this morning, and I came home from work today and they were fine. Nothing's coming up. I'll show you again real quick. Nothing's coming up. I used art glitter glue on the mushrooms, but on all these bits of papers that are on this paper, it's just paper to paper. So the craft bond, Elmer's craft bond, worked perfect. So that's what I'm going to do. And I don't want to, I have that over there, but I'm not trying to make this the same. I want this to be different, but still a collage. So that one I tore, and I almost want to call it, it was like a puzzle. I almost want to call it fussy tearing, because I started tearing and then I had to fill in all these little pieces, and so I had to make little shapes, tear little shapes that would fit into all the blank spots. So this one was almost like fussy tearing, and I was wondering if I could do the second one in rectangles. So I might try that. Let's see. So what I had fun starting with was, let's see if I have some of those receipts here. I might have to get up and grab one. I have some pieces that are torn from this morning, but those are my scraps. And let me see if I have one of those receipts. Thought I had some here, but I think I used it all this morning. Let me grab one because I have some right here. They are original receipts. They're original receipts that I found at an estate sale, 1955 on this one. And I love the writing on them and everything. This was 1955 also. They're a carbon copy, like you can, you know, see that on the back, but that'll be glued down. But like I said, this one maybe rectangles and squares. Let's try something different. You can tear if you're doing it with me. If you're collaging, go ahead and tear or whatever you want. But I am going to, I've got my ruler here in case I need to tear with that. And I'm going to put my stencils to the side. And we might not get that. That might have to be a separate video. So I'm going to put those to the side right now. And we'll see how far we get. I've got a timer on so I don't go too long. But let's just get busy gluing. And I'm not, right now I'm not thinking about it. I might have to think a little bit as we go along. You know, I don't want to, the less you think, I think the less time it takes. You know what I mean? If you start thinking about too much, it's going to take too long. So I just want to glue it down, and I want to try the rectangles this time and see how that comes out, because I think that would be fun. And I plan on doing 2 more for myself, not for the kit necessarily. So I might do another one after I get these 2 done. Another one, maybe I'll do the other 2 in whatever way I like best. But if I like both of them, I'll do another one with the fussy tearing or the tearing, and another one with like rectangles. Now these 2 I don't have to tear because they're already rectangles. Let's see, there's a little bit of a flip up here on this. Let me get that. But the rest of them I will be tearing, I think, because they're too big. And see how I'm putting this one sideways? I think that's fun to just kind of, you don't worry about which way the printing is going. Just glue it down and see what happens. So there we have 2 rectangles already. And see, this way also, that took a while. The fussy tearing, that took much longer. I think this is going to go a lot faster. So we will see. I like how the yellow, let me show you. I'm sorry to keep grabbing this one, but see how the yellow really shows up in here? I think that really added a nice touch to have some yellow, those bright colors in there. So this is where I got the yellow. And this is what I have my ruler here for. So let's tear this in half so we have 2 rectangles pretty much in half, right about there. And this is not a tear ruler. This is just a regular ruler. And it has this edge that goes down. See, this one is high and this one is low. It goes down, it kind of curves down. This is the side I use for tearing. Just in case you don't have a tear ruler, you can just use a regular ruler too. Because I don't really want a rough edge. I just want it torn and not cut. And I want it to be straight, a straight edge, but torn and not cut, if that makes sense. So, all right, so here we have a pretty yellow rectangle. Basically, these have all been coffee dyed in case I want to use them for ephemera in my journals. So sometimes I'll fold these up and put them in a pocket for someone to use in their journal. Like they can use it for collage, or they can use it for a journaling spot, or whatever they want. You know what I mean? So let's see. I don't think I have enough glue right here. I didn't feel any glue right there. Okay. So I'm going to glue this. Let's put it I'm going to put it upside down right here because we got an even edge or a straight edge there. And this is the torn edge out here. So I said it doesn't matter which way it goes. This one's sideways, this one's upside down. You're just basically covering the page. So I'm not going to care which way the writing goes right now. I think it's more interesting if the writing goes every which way anyway. Okay, so see, I have that piece right here. This other piece, we could put this up here. I think I want to, I'm going to have a little bit of a gap there. Maybe I will put it this way and tear off, so I don't have a gap. I'll tear off this top part here and use that somewhere else. And I can always even up my edges around here later if it goes over, so I'm not worried about that. So let's tear a straight line here if we can. It's a rainy night here in North Carolina. It's been thundering and lightning. So let's see, how did I want this? I'm going to do it like that, I think. I've got a little glass trivet over here that I can just glue on so I don't get glue all over my table and my cutting mat. But I've been enjoying the rain tonight. When I got home it was pouring. But once I got in my house, I've been enjoying it. And I usually put I have one hanging plant and one plant that sits on the ledge on my deck. And whenever it rains, I put them out in the rain so they can get, so I don't have to water them. I just put them out in the rain so they can get some water. I think they like that water better anyway, the rain water. So got them out there getting some rain. It's dark now, but it was light when I got home. And so just good night to do some crafting. Let's see, so we've got plenty of yellow on here now. Let's put some book page on here. These are Reader's Digest, but it's this story I don't believe has any bad words or anything. It's David Copperfield, so I think that's pretty safe. So let's see where we might want to put some of this. Maybe right here or over here. Let's see what else I want here. We've got book page, some of the telegram maybe. Let's see, this is the part of the telegram that has a lot of words on it, and I really like that. Let's do this first because this is way more interesting than the book pages. So I'm going to put a piece right here. And I'm just going to fold right here where I want to. Again, this is a little bit of fussy tearing, right? Because I want these to be certain, I want them to cover certain areas. So I don't know if anybody else calls it that, but I'm calling it fussy tearing tonight. A little bit of fussy tearing. Okay, so this is going to go right here. Yeah, it's going to go upright, so that's cool. Yeah, there's my mom's name right there. It was a telegram. I've talked about it before, but in case you haven't seen my videos, this is a telegram from my grandparents to my parents, like the text messages of 1958 when they were getting ready to leave from Michigan to drive to Florida when my parents were getting married, and they sent them a telegram saying, "We're on our way." I think that's so funny, like the text messages. That's how they got the fastest messages back in 1955, right? Or 1958, I believe it was. So, pretty funny and interesting. Okay. Now, see this how fast this was. That other tearing took, it took at least, I'm going to say 35 minutes for the other one. So we've got telegram here. Let's go ahead and use some book page down here. Maybe right here. maybe this bottom part that's just kind of generic right here. I think I want to cut off this. Let me see how far this goes. I just want to cut off this rough edge right here. And I'm not tearing it because it's such a little small piece that I probably couldn't tear that very easily. So I'm just going to cut it with my scissors. And then I can tear it right here. Okay. So I hope everyone's having a great day and a great week. I'm hoping to publish this tonight, and so this is Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. Let's see. Oh, I tore off the top, and I wanted the bottom but I think it'll be all right. I mean, neither one of them have any bad words, so it doesn't really matter. Sometimes I look, this is coffee dyed, so sometimes I look and see which shade I want. Like this is a little darker. Do I want darker or a little lighter? I think I want the lighter because this is darker up here. So I'm going to put glue on this side. I'm going to put glue on the dark side, right? Yes. Okay. So when I hear my timer beep, see, I was doing a video this morning and it cut me off. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to have to set a timer because time gets away from you. You know, time flies when you're having fun, right? So I thought, well, I do not like being cut off, so I went ahead and put my timer on. So if you hear me all of a sudden say, okay, I gotta go, you know what happened. Okay, so there we go. And now we just have one more little square here. And we're going to see the difference between squares and torn now. I think this will be fun. So what else do we want to use? I have some little... Let's see. See, my mushrooms are going to go here and here, so I don't want anything that I don't want to cover up here. So I have these little coffee dyed, like it says field notes at the top, and it's a little like receipt thing, but different from anything I have on here. Here's some little mini ones too. I made these in different sizes. So let's put the top on because it says field notes right there. I think that would be cool if it ends up being able to be seen and it's not covered up by a mushroom. Okay, and we can even go like up like this a little bit and make it more interesting with, you know, even though we're covering up some book page, it doesn't matter because that's just, you know, background, and that way maybe the field notes will be seen. We could even put it like that. I wonder if we should do that. Let me see how that looks. I think that might be a little bit too much. I think I almost like it better down here, where it's just making it a little bit more interesting. So I'm going to make a little fold here where I want to tear it off. Okay, get my ruler. And maybe I'll use all the scraps on the third one I do, all these scraps that I'm tearing now and all the ones from this morning, and put them all on the next one. That way I'll use up my scraps, right? I won't have any scraps left. You know, I've been trying to keep up with them, right? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I don't have any new scraps. I think I showed you. Oh yeah, I do have a few Edith Holden scraps. But those will be easy to use up. Those don't stick around too long. Okay, so we did it like this. Isn't this cool? I like both ways. Huh. I mean, I figured I would because I've done, you know, I've done tags and things with both, you know, tearing up pieces and rectangles and square, you know, like this. So you can use a little card if you're worried about things being glued down, or a bone folder or something. This feels like it's all glued down to me. So there you go. We have it covered. So the next step, I'm not sure. Let me see if I can see my time here on my phone that we're at. So hard to see. I think we've got about 10 minutes though. So the next step that I did, I kind of like looked at my mushrooms to see what mushrooms I would want to put on here. Like what I picture this is, if it's going to be a digital collage page, I picture if it's someone uses it in a journal, they will print it out and they will fold it in half. And so I kind of went like this. I figured out where my middle point was. I didn't fold this whole thing in half because I don't want a crease in here. I just went like that to see where my middle is. And it's right in the kind of almost in the middle of that E right there. So then I kind of planned my mushrooms to have them so that when somebody uses this, and me or whoever, when they fold it in half, the mushrooms wouldn't be right folded in the middle, you know what I mean? So I wanted the mushrooms over here. So that's why I did that one. The other one that I already showed you, that's why I did it that way. And I figured out that I like the tall ones on here. So here's a tall one here. Let's see how these look. And I like this guy right here. I love this. And I kind of moved them around. Oh, I kind of like that one over there better. This one can go here. And I figured, let me see. I wonder if I can mix these up. See, I didn't know. Those were one set of mushrooms on each one. So I didn't mix them. I didn't mix the pieces that I had cut out. I didn't have to. See, I don't like that. Let me see. How about this one? See, I don't like that. How about this one? I guess we just have to try them and see which ones I like, right? Or if you're doing something like this, just it's a matter of seeing what you like. And I'm not gluing them down yet. I just want to see what. Maybe put it over here. See, there's my middle, so I can put it right here. Like kind of on where these are meeting, the lines are meeting here. Kind of put this right here. And I like this one a lot, but it's red. And I don't want to overdo it either. Let's see, what else? I mean, I might not want anything else on here, so I just have to try it. And if I don't like any of these, I have more that I can cut out and try later. This is all I have cut out right now. Look at this little tiny one. So cute. Okay, I don't like that one. This one is more natural colored, but it doesn't go with that. This one goes with it, but it's too dark. So I think that I'm just going to have to, I think I like these. These are my tallest ones right now. And I like them over here better. And so I don't know if these are going to be the ones or not, but they might be. But I'm not gluing them down right now. I just kind of wanted to get an idea of where I might put some mushrooms. And then what I did before I glued down my mushrooms is I did my stenciling. So I have a few stencils pulled out here. Let me grab them. Let me see if I can grab one that I didn't use on the other one, because I don't want them to be the same. I have a flower here. Where's my flower? Oh, my flower's missing. Where's my flower? Okay, these are butterflies. This is like a sundial almost. And this is just the holes. And, well, my flower has disappeared. Okay. Let me see if I put it behind me. I don't see my flower, so we're not going to have to be able to do the flower, but let's see. Let's go ahead and do a sundial. And this is how I did it, just to give you an example of what I was doing. So I picked a spot. See, if I have put mushrooms here and here, I want to do it different, like I said, than the last one. So I think I'll do the dots first because they take up the most room. So if I'm going to do dots, and I see how this is from my jelly print, and I'm calling them dots, but they're kind of more like spots because they're bigger. And I just did it randomly. I didn't do this whole thing. So I kind of just took it, and let me put it on this side this time. This is, yeah, let's put it over here. And so I'm going to move my mushroom and just do like this. And I'm using this brush that I got from Dollar Tree. It's the first time I've used it, and this is what I'm using it for. I think I did try it a little bit with distressing, and I really like my little eyeshadow brush the best so far from what I've been doing. So I keep using that for distressing. But this is the Archival Ranger ink. This is coffee colored. And so I did put some new ink on here before I got started. And just kind of, I'm doing the spots randomly. I'm not going all over. I'm just doing it randomly so I don't have, you know, a rectangle pattern of spots when I get done. And I'm inking up my brush really good. And I'll re-ink it several times, but let's see where I want to start. My mushroom's going to go somewhere like right down here. I'm going to start, I think I'll start up here. And I want to rub, and you want to see, I'm just holding the stencil down with my hand. That worked for me the last time, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm rubbing the spots so that I can see the color in the spots. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't see color in the spots or whatever you're stenciling under your, you know, through your stencil, if you don't see color, then you're not, I feel like you're not putting, or because I did it too. I was like, at first I was like, oh, I don't see any color in there. I don't think I have enough ink. So then I put some more ink on my ink pad here. So, you know, I wasn't seeing color. Then when I put new ink on here, then I was seeing color. And see how I'm just kind of going all over. I'm not going in any certain pattern. I think that is, I like that, just random, more random than a certain pattern. I think that turned out well on my first one, so that's what I'm doing again. And so you can, since you can see through, you can see your ink. You can kind of like keep inking until you think it's dark enough. Rub a little harder, whatever you think you need to do. And it can even be different shades. It doesn't have to be all dark. You can do some light, some dark. I mean, that would be the artistic thing to do, I'm sure. Just make, you know, make them different shades of whatever color you're using. I think, because I'm seeing different shades right now, I think that's going to be really pretty. So I'm not trying to get them all the same darkness or the same, you know, all of the dots filled in. I'm just doing a random pattern here. So I'm going to pick it up and see what it looks like without picking the whole thing up in case I want to put it back down. So let's see. Yeah, I like that. See that? Hopefully you can see that. I really like that a lot. And you can see the different shades and the just the random pattern of dots there. Can you see that? I really like that. Okay. So that'll be my stenciling on one side. I'm not overdoing it with the stenciling. And let me look at the clock again and see if I have time to do another one here. Let me see if I can see my clock. Gosh, I can hardly see it at all. So let's see, I'm going to remove my mushroom so I can do another stencil on the other side. Let's just do this one over here. See this right here? It's got, in case you can't see it, it's got months and then numbers. So I'm going to put that right here on the top. This one is harder to get into as far as getting ink in these little spots, but I did it over there on the other one, so I think I can do it again. I'm going to put it right up here, not right in the corner, just a little bit from the corner, and just kind of see if I can fill in the, see, I can see the color going through there, and just get that in there really good so I have a nice inked stencil when I'm done. Yes, I can see the color in all the months, and then I'm going to go around and go to the numbers, and I see it in all the numbers too, so it should be good. And that was pretty quick. So, and I just didn't move or anything, I'm holding it with my hands. Okay, let's pick it up. Yeah, it looks good, nice and dark. That looks pretty, doesn't it? Okay, so we did that one. Now, the other one I have here is butterflies. So this one, let's see, where's my mushroom? If I have my mushroom here, let's see, anything else that's on these? There's days of the week, I don't want that. And I guess the flower wouldn't have, I mean, I was going to put the flower right there, but since I don't have the flower, maybe I'll just put these butterflies like coming out right here. And then this mushroom can overlap them a little bit. So I'm going to put the butterflies right here. I haven't heard my timer go off yet, so hopefully I don't get cut off here. So let's ink our butterflies. There's some tiny ones that are hard to get into, but the big ones are easy. So I'm just holding it down and get my ink. I'm kind of doing this in an awkward manner, I know, but this is what works for me, so this is what I'm doing. So don't criticize me. But I can see ink in all my butterflies up there, and all my butterflies down here. They look, oh, there's one I missed right there. Let's get that one. These are just really pretty and add a nice kind of natural, because mushrooms are nature, you know, so this is nature butterfly, so it adds something nature-y to the whole look. And now, isn't that beautiful? So then we'll have our mushroom right here. See? Kind of, I can move it over, or I want the butterflies like that though, coming out, and it kind of makes the mushrooms. I really like that. I think it looks really pretty. Okay, and then the other mushroom will go over here like that. And I mean, like I said, I don't want to overdo it, so I'll probably just leave it like this. If you notice, I didn't ink any of the papers that I put down here, but they were previously coffee dyed. But when I tore them, if I would have seen any on the other one, and when I saw white edges, I did put just enough ink to cover up the white edges, but not necessarily distressing, just covering up the white edges. And on this one, I didn't even notice any white edges, so you can see I just glued them down and didn't even distress anything. And I didn't feel like it needed it, so. And like I said, I used art glitter glue on the mushrooms because, I don't know, I just felt like they needed it. These were printed on just copy paper because I wanted them to be nice and flat when I glued them down. So I didn't print them on anything like cardstock or anything like that. So I put quite a bit on there, as you can see. So let's see if we can get this glued down properly here, how it's supposed to be. I cut it, I really fussy cut these to get all the inside pieces out. So now I have to make sure I get it glued down properly to get everything back in place.